Welcome into another edition of Sports Junkies here at RacinSportsZone.com. I'm Steve Sparky Fifer from Sports Radio 105.7 FM, The Fan in Milwaukee. Co-host weekday afternoon show from 2 to 6, the Wendy's Big Show. He, of course, Gery Woelfel of the Racine Journal-Times. Let's talk about that Bucks victory in game. Actually, they lost. It felt like a victory.
Yeah, exactly.
It felt like a victory on the postgame show.
It was a moral victory.
Yeah, and sometimes people get upset when you talk about moral victories for a team, but this basketball team, they're up 18 points against the Bulls. They blow that lead going into halftime. They still had the lead, but it wasn't the 18 points. And then they come out, and then they're chasing in the fourth quarter. And Jason Kidd decides in the fourth quarter that he's going to play his young guys, the guys that I'm assuming are a part of the future of this organization going forward. So he plays MCW, he plays Mayo, he plays Middleton, he plays Giannis, and he plays Henson. And he plays them throughout that period. He plays them through the first overtime and through the second overtime. Do you like that strategy?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was the purpose of getting into the playoffs. I mean, it's taking another step towards their ultimate goal. And last night, Giannis, I think, played, 48 minutes?
51 minutes.
51 minutes, yeah. And you can't replace that experience. I mean, Giannis was facing double teams, sometimes triple teams. He saw all different types of defenses thrown at him. Right. Even offensively, they were switching up on him, making things difficult. And the Bulls are not only one of the best teams in the NBA, they're probably the most physical team in the NBA. So you can't replicate this kind of stuff anywhere else. Plus, you're playing in a madhouse last night.
And
three nights.
And that was something else, and we'll get to that in another video. So come back for another Bucks video talking about that stadium situation with the fans. But that game, there were a couple of things as a fan that, again, as I said on the postgame show last night on The Fan, I'm very proud of this team as far as how I am. I mean, as a Bucks fan, they had 15 wins last year, and to come back in the playoffs this year against a team that's more talented than you are, more experienced than you are.
And better coach.
Well, we'll get into that in another video too. But, I mean, from that perspective...
I'm poking the bear there.
Right. From that perspective, though, I mean, that was a pretty cool deal. I mean, you can wear your Bucks jersey pretty proud. I mean, you haven't been able to do that in years in Milwaukee or in southeastern Wisconsin, for that matter. And I think you can. After these 3 games, you can. Because I think some people thought the Bulls would just wipe the floor with the Bucks all 4 games and it would be over and they just move on and face Cleveland. And the Bucks have given them everything they can handle, Gery. And I would have to imagine those Bulls players know that we're probably going to have to deal with these guys for a little while longer.
Oh, it's going to be a fabulous rivalry going forward. I mean, you think, the Bucks obviously we all know is a young team, but the Bulls have a bunch of young guys. I mean, starting with Rose and Butler and Mirotic, and Doug McDermott is a very good player. He's a lottery pick.
I haven't seen him.
I know. That's how good that team is.
Snell hit big shots.
Snell, I mean, right there's 5 guys, and the Bulls being the Bulls, they'll go out and get a free agent, whether it's this summer or next summer. So this has all the makings of a great rivalry.
Yeah, it really does. I'm looking forward to it. Giannis, first half, coming out party, I think, a little bit for Giannis. And he needed that. You heard him talking leading up to Game 3 about how he hasn't had a good game against the Bulls yet, kind of getting frustrated by it, and he needed to put something together. That was, you talk about experience and stuff. I think from a confidence standpoint, that game was huge for Giannis.
Well, Thursday afternoon on the Big Show, we talked about how Giannis and Michael Carter-Williams were no-shows for Game 1 and Game 2, and that they had to play better. Giannis played infinitely better. Yeah. I mean, that was by far his best game. Michael Carter-Williams played better. Now,
at the end of the game, Michael Carter-Williams kind of messed up a little bit.
He did.
But outside of that, though, he was getting to the rim at will, Gery. Mm-hmm. He was. Michael Carter-Williams was. Say whatever you want about a jump shot. He was getting there when he wanted to. You take that and give him a jump shot next year, just an average jump shot next year from Michael Carter-Williams. Let's say he shoots 40% from the field next year with a jumper. That's a significant improvement over where he is now.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, there's a couple areas he's got to improve on. I mean, he's got a long ways to go. I mean, he's long, he's a good passer, but I think that's where his game ends.
I agree.
After that, he's got a lot of issues.
But he can get to the rim, too.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's another added thing.
Everybody talks about his shot. I'll tell you the other area he's got to improve, and I don't know if he's going to be willing to do it. He's got to get stronger. Yeah. He tried to post up Derrick Rose on 3 or 4 occasions last night. he couldn't do it. He
But
couldn't
in
push
general,
him away.
when you're talking about young players, they do have to get stronger. I mean, Henson, we've been on that bandwagon for
I know,
for him to
and
get
he hasn't
stronger.
gotten that much stronger.
Well, he's
That's the
added
thing.
weight. I just don't know how much
Right,
strength
right.
he's added. Giannis clearly has to add weight, as does Michael Carter-Williams, and we'll see what happens this offseason. But in general, yes, they lost. Yes, they're down 3-0. Game 4 coming up on Saturday, 4:30 tip. Who you got?
Going with the Bulls. I said before the series is a sweep, and I don't see anything differently.
For those of you that believe in NBA conspiracy theories, that think the draft lottery has something going on with the NBA and they pick who they want to have it and all these ones to Cleveland and they was all trying to get LeBron back and all that other
I'm
stuff.
wondering where you're going with this. This is good.
If y'all believe in conspiracy theories, the Bucks win on Saturday. Want to know why?
So they have a Game 5 in Chicago.
No, because the Bucks need a new arena. They saw that atmosphere. The Bucks need some good love and
You know
some
what?
good mojo going forward. And the bonus is, yeah, Chicago would win Game 5 back in Chicago. Look at all the other series in the NBA right now, folks. They're all going to be sweeps for the most part.
Hey,
Nobody's winning.
Hey, what?
Bucks win Saturday.
Didn't you say that Bucks win Thursday too?
No. No, I did not.
I know some people did.
No, I did not.
One, just ending on this
If you believe in conspiracy theories, Bucks win Saturday.
and I'll counteract that in this show here. The Bucks, from all people I've talked to, it's pretty much a done deal. That game's not going to have any relevancy towards a new arena. It sounds like it's a good thing to go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But I still say, if you believe in the conspiracy theory, pick the Bucks. Talk to you next time here at RacingSportsZone.com. Bye-bye.